We're going to try this today and see what happens. Yesterday when I tried to shoot a video, the camera recorded it, but it was choppy, and anytime I moved it took like seconds to catch back up. So it was kind of funny. Needless to say, these two are some of our Mother's Day presents that we planted in these big blue pots. These are blueberry plants. They'll grow big, so we've got them in a larger pot. And the reason why there's a cup there is because there's a smaller blueberry plant sitting in a bucket there that the name's on this one, and I got to get a bigger pot for those. But I've got 3 of these big pots on our deck in the backyard. And each of them have a smaller one inside of it that's growing out right now. I have 2 rose bushes that we bought. The same in honor of my mother-in-law. That are right here. Right now they've finished their blooms. I need to get scissors and come and snip off these rose buds. So then it'll encourage their growth. It's already showed out more growth, as you can see, the reddish tips that are coming in. But my waterers have watered things today, so that's a good thing. I just heard them scream. Oh, they're screaming at the dog. So, right now, they are out over down by the pond. And Elsa went down there with them, and I think they're screaming at Elsa because she's not doing something that they want her to do. Anyway, all kinds of billions of things going on. Here, let me come over here and show you a passion fruit vine that somebody gave us last fall, and it's starting to bloom. I don't think I have any real fresh blooms. You can see they're purple and they grow big. They've got blossoms all over it. See, there's one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. And this is a variety of passion fruit. They said they never got any fruit off of it, but that it grew out big and died back in the fall. So we'll see what happens. So today was an interesting day. As I was working and doing things at work, I was listening to the current events that are going on, and a funeral. And I have a whole lot of respect for the family that has gone through this horrible incident. And I sincerely can sympathize with them for, suffering from a loss. Unless you've had a child taken from you, you don't understand. You might have an idea, but that's how you really understand is, when it's something that's happened to you. So the one thing that I thought I heard that was there wasn't a whole lot of anger in their voices as they spoke. There seemed to be others that had enough of that. It's not right that they had family taken from them, and hopefully justice will be served with following the appropriate measures that we have in place in this country. And I guess my point in anything, there's a couple points. If we don't like the laws that we have in this country, then we ought to get involved. What does get involved mean? Walking around in a crowd and herd mentality when things get out of control isn't the way to do it. Walking around and showing your support for a cause is a good way to get things started. But if you really want to make a change, then you need to get involved in the politics. Get involved in those politics. Get into writing and proposing laws, proposing things that will make a change for the better. It's about the only way we're ever going to make a change in the laws. How do we make a change in society? Well, the best way I can do it is by example. So what do I try to teach my kids? This pandemic has been a great example and a great experience for them. It's also been rough for them because they can't go anywhere. They can't do anything. We can't go anywhere. We can't do anything. Nothing fun. No adventures. No nothing like that. However, they've been helping take care of our animals, and one of those jobs is collecting the eggs, washing the eggs, putting the eggs in cartons, candling the eggs, making sure they're not cracked, putting them in cartons. We can take them down and get them stored in an extra refrigerator we have down in that little house that's down that way. Sorry, jumped and moved. The one step that they can't go with me right now on is helping see that they get delivered to people that need them. I don't even remember how many eggs I've eaten in the last 4 months, 3 months. Probably not that many. But we have that form of protein and we can share it. And we have. And so I try to teach by example. Now, if you've lived in one country your whole life and never gone out of your country, you've probably led somewhat of a sheltered life. I did that till I was 19, and then I spent a couple of years out of this country. And then, for work, I've traveled to other countries as well. My wife and I went to another country, or a couple of them. And it's funny. I mean, I look at it as funny. She didn't take it that way. She took it more as somebody was not, she probably took it as somebody was discriminating against her. But that's irrelevant. I look at situations differently because of the way I was brought up. I was taught that we're all brothers and sisters, no matter who, where, or where we come from. Don't know how true this stat is, but I heard something from somebody quoting 23andMe, pretty much stating the fact that, we all share 95% of each other's genes. So wait, yeah, we're that closely related. So it doesn't matter. We're brothers and sisters. So we should treat each other that same way. One of the ways I learned it, as a child was the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have others do to you. Yeah, it's not a scripture, but it's based on gospel principles and truth. As all this crazy stuff's been going on, it's made me think of various sayings and slogans that we're all familiar with. There was a popular one that, everybody wore on t-shirts and wristbands and all that stuff for a long time. And that's what would Jesus do? So, if we want change, we need to make it happen. And making it happen is getting involved. So, you want to make a change or see something change, get involved. Start pestering your congressmen and women. Pester your representatives. Tell them we need these reforms that people are talking about. We need, checks in place so that excessive force is not abused. So that, others can stand up to each other and not be brought down by one individual or a couple individuals' actions. They can jump in and break it up. That should be the mentality. Like I said, I wasn't there. I don't know all the facts. I've seen enough. I've seen multiple versions of videos that show a lot of what happened, and it's not good. So what do? The ones I need to be responsible for are the 3 of them that run around my house. So when I see, we've been locked down for 3 months, going on 4. So when I see their behaviors towards each other, I try to help them understand what is appropriate behavior towards each other and what is not appropriate behavior towards each other. Behavior towards animals. An animal is pretty much, not going to do anything to you. So, if they're being cruel or being rude to an animal, you deserve to get what if you're being mean to an animal? You deserve to what? You don't know? You don't remember?
Yes, I know I don't remember.
Well, if you hit the dog for no reason, what do you deserve? Probably to get in trouble.
Right.
What would I tell you to do? I'd probably tell you to figure out what you're going to do to be punished.
Right. Or just you find an idea.
Sometimes I find an idea myself, but sometimes I make you figure out what your idea of punishment is, don't I?
Right. That was quite fun.
So.
That was very fun. Riding through a squiggly coucher to the pond, then finding a squiggly coucher to that gate, and then barely getting chased by the horse.
You were riding your bike on squiggly cow trails?
Yeah, cow trails.
Cow trails that go around the property, and then the horse was chasing you on a squiggly trail?
No, the horse was chasing me.
Why was the horse chasing you?
I don't know.
I didn't see the horse chasing you at all. The horse is way down there in the field still.
Yeah.
You're faster than the horse and you escaped?
Oh, Arthur noticed on the bike that I was running as fast as I could.
Sounds like a great story to me. Maybe we should write a book about it.
Har, har.
I guess the important thing is, how do I make sure I'm teaching these little ones to make sure that they don't get carried away. Don't get caught up in herd mentality. Don't get caught up in doing things that they know better. Right?
Right.
So you're not supposed to fight in school, are you?
Right. So when we were also down at the pond, Elsa, she went to the neighbor's field.
I know. I heard you guys. I heard you
horses.
guys screaming at her. Maybe that's why you don't need to go over there when she's coming with you. We don't need problems over there.
Yeah, they didn't at least.
Did
get
you hear what
further
I said?
out. Yeah.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
So if you're going over there, you stay on this side of the pond and don't go over the other side.
Uh-huh.
Right? And then that keeps her away from it.
She kept doing it until we were at that gate before she noticed.
I know, and that's why I said maybe you shouldn't go over to the other side of the pond. Maybe you should stay on this side of the pond because maybe she won't go over there. Right? So I guess one of the things I'm showing you right now is one of our work projects. We need to pull these bad boys. Because if not, they spread and they grow back. This whole area was covered in them. A lot of the grass is growing back in some areas, but I got to get out there and get them pulled. Get them going so the grass grows back in here better. But we also have to...
Shake the dirt out and there's more.
Well, we have to pull them out and shake the dirt off, right?
Yeah, but then seeds come off of it.
Well, that's why we do it before there's seeds in place. Right now there's flowers, so guess what there's going to be? Is seeds. That's why we should have done it a while ago. And I reminded people that we needed to do it. And
they keep flower all year, probably.
And we don't do it because, what time is it now? About 7:38? 7:30 or 8? So we're getting close to bedtime, and of course, bedtime 7:30 when we were in school, and school's over finally. But that still doesn't mean you want to go to bed and you want to stay up till 11, 12 o'clock every night. And I can't handle it because I got to get up at 5:30 in the morning to go to work, don't I?
Hey Dad, for some reason when you go to work, for some reason I feel like I'm awake by then.
What time do you get out of bed?
It's about like when the sun's all like this.
Well, what time do you get out of bed? You look at the clock and then you know what time it is.
But I don't look at it.
Well, you need to look at it so you know what time it is. So, let's see, what else can you see from here?
And plus, what time do you leave at?
We got some of our other trees in the other orchard that are growing pretty good. Got 3 of them around the base of that one that need to be planted. Some around the middle of that one that need to be planted. But just tons of work to be done. This one in the corner right there needs to have some trimming done to it so that I can get it growing better. But I think that's it for today, guys. Like I said, let's not get involved in stupidity. I don't know how you teach somebody that. I'm trying with my kids. Could you do something that's stupid and can cause a life to be taken? I don't think that what happened was somebody doing something stupid. That seemed to be a lot more deliberate than stupidity. But from our personal experience, you know, I'd like to say it was stupidity and not be more judgmental. But once that last breath's been given, you can't get it back. Stay safe, guys. Know that we love you. And let's make this world a better place. Find somebody that needs help and do it. There's tons of people that are affected by this crazy crud that's going on. So, look out for people that need help and help them. It's about the best thing I can suggest you do. Because when you do that, it kind of helps your problems not seem so difficult and insurmountable. It gives you a different perspective. And quite often in these crazy times, if we just had the perspective of someone else. I think I remember And of course, I'm going to paraphrase again. I don't know if it was an old Indian proverb or prayer. Something that said basically, Lord, grant me the patience to something to walk a mile in my neighbor's shoes before I pass judgment, or before I criticize, or before I make problems with them. You know, get to know the situation. And, you know, if you're concerned about that one, yeah, I can back that one up with the scripture. Judge not that ye be not judged. Or, you know, just if we're going to be that judgmental about everything and everyone, do you want somebody to be that judgmental to you about everything you do? Watch out for everybody. Take care of everybody. Show everybody that you got a great heart. Let's make this world a better place. Thanks, guys. Love you. See ya. Bye.